Hi guys, LCFeef here, and welcome to my 89 rated Manuel Neuer player review. This is definitely one of the most heavily requested goalkeepers for me to review each year, with him being one of the highest rated goalkeepers every FIFA in the Bundesliga. He's a goalkeeper that a lot of people are interested in using, so if there is any others that you'd like to see me review, just leave a comment in the comment section below. Anyway, as you can see on screen, this is the team I'm starting him in: Neuer in goal, Tierney, Boateng, Hernandez and Fredericks in defence, Torreira, Lo Celso and Mount in midfield, with Felipe Anderson, Rodrigo and Pepe in attack. Neuer's 6'4", he's right footed and has a 1-star skill moves and a 4-star weak foot. In-game stat wise he's fairly well balanced and there's not really a specific area that needs boosting. However, like with Lloris, I tried him with basic and glove and for me he played better with glove. Onto his traits, he has leadership, long throw, rushes out of goal and comes for crosses. So before I move into his pros and cons, I want to discuss the difference in his performance between basic and glove. Although this is sort of similar to what I said about Lloris, Neuer was just decent overall with basic for me. Not what you'd expect from one of the highest rated keepers in the game, but he did save some shots. The main problem that I had was that he kept getting a save animation where he tried to block the shot with a combination of the outside of his leg and his hand. Although this in my opinion is a realistic animation when facing shots across from goal, on FIFA it just doesn't work and the ball manages to squeeze past them most of the time. Neuer had this animation quite a few times when using him with basic, however once I changed him to glove, he started to make some great reflex saves from shots taken in similar positions. His diving animations on the whole were massively improved when comparing his performance between glove and basic, and in general he began living up to his overall rating and stats. Neuer plays like a traditional goalkeeper in this game. By this I mean he opts to save shots using both hands most of the time, so he gets a solid block on the ball to push it away from the goal. There's two main positives to goalkeepers that dive like this, the first being that they usually catch a lot more shots because of their choice to use two hands when performing the save. The second being that because they dive using both hands to stop the shot, they often physically push the ball away from the goal, a lot better than acrobatic goalkeepers, meaning you face fewer rebound chances. Combining this with his height of 6'4", he has a great reach of the overall goal, and at least for me, he seemed very solid when facing shots from range. However, just because he dives like this doesn't mean he's incapable of making reflex saves like some of the best in the game. This seemed to improve once I applied glove to him, even though it didn't receive any chemistry boost. I think his improved diving ability allowed him to perform better saves at all kinds of ranges, and as a result, when the player takes a shot inside the box, he was ready to make the save correctly. I only used Neuer in FUT Champs, so he was always playing in a competitive game mode. And he was the difference between a win and a loss in some of those games I played, which is exactly what you want from a top-end goalkeeper. His handling overall was good, although sometimes he might push away a shot that you think he's capable of catching. All keepers tend to do that this year. Even shots that aren't directly in line with his starting position, he can catch in the air, which is great because other goalkeepers might push it out wide for a corner. What helps with this is what I've already mentioned being his two-handed diving animations. This alone increases your chances of keeping hold of the ball compared to keepers who regularly make one-handed saves. 56 speed is more than fast enough for a goalkeeper in this game, especially when you factor in the goalkeeper traits. Rushes out of goal and comes for crosses, allows Neuer to make full use of his speed, and he basically performs like the perfect hybrid keeper. The issue I had with De Gea was that he always stayed in his goal, which meant that despite him actually being faster than this card stat-wise, you wouldn't think that in game. Neuer knew when it was possible for him to come out and collect the ball from the attacker, or close the space between himself and the ball to get a block on the shot. He was also one of the best at dealing with crosses and corners because he was always coming out to deal with the pressure rather than allowing the opponent to have the chance at goal. In terms of his distribution, in my opinion this card is the best in the game. Only Ederson has a higher kicking stat than Neuer, however he does have the added benefit of a 4-star weak foot, which means no matter what foot you take the kick on, it's always going to be somewhat similar to his stronger foot in terms of accuracy and power. Neuer also has the long throw trait, which for me is a massive positive, as you don't always have to rely on kicking the ball from the back. Throwing the ball can be a great option if you want to get the ball out quickly and accurately to your player in your own half. The only other thing I'll mention was that sometimes his kicking was too powerful and it went straight to the other goalkeeper, so that's something to watch out for. The final positive was his positioning, which for me was one of the best aspects of the card. This received a +5 boost with glove, taking him up to 91, and you can tell just how good it is with the type of saves he makes. As I mentioned earlier from range, I never felt threatened when my opponent took a shot. I knew Neuer would be there to get a hand to the ball, but even when players were within close range to the goal, he made a lot of saves using his body, or without needing to extend his arms out much, which shows just how great his starting position is. However, what I found most impressive was his ability to reposition himself when it came to players making sharp cuts or passing the ball inside the box. Usually this is where keepers with low positioning stats start to fall apart, as they rush to reposition themselves, often incorrectly, which can lead to easy chances on goal. But Neuer did well to react to the changing situation and give himself the best chance of making a save where possible. So overall, I'm going to give 89 Neuer a 9 out of 10. He is the best keeper so far that I've used when I changed him to glove. However, that's what stopped me from giving a slightly higher rating. He should be able to perform at a top level even with basic applied, but for me he was a completely different goalkeeper. but like I keep saying, put glove on him and he should pull off some game winning saves time and time again. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and don't forget to subscribe. And to request any future content, then please leave a comment in the comment section below and I'll be sure to reply.
Fine goalkeeping to push that away.